Welcome to the Self-Growth Nerds podcast. I'm your host, Marie, a courage coach, creative soul, and adventure seeker. Since through hiking the Pacific Crest Trail in 2019, I'm on a mission to help you embrace your most confident self so you can achieve your dreams too. If you're eager for deep conversations, big questions, and meaningful connections, join me on the quest to discovering how we can create a more magical and memorable life. Hello, nerds! How are you? I'm really good. I just closed the doors for my program, Brave and Bold, for this year, and fall is around the corner. Actually, I don't think it's around the corner. I think it's arrived for those of us who live in the north where seasons are a thing. I have 1 week left of kayaking, which makes me sad. I guess I'll have to find what my sport will be this winter. Well, not a sport really, but more of a way to connect with my body. Kayaking didn't feel like a sport. It felt very soft. And grounding, and I'd love something similar. So we'll see. To be continued. Now, at the end of August, I created a journaling journey called Realign before fall. This was a 5-day, kind of like a workshop almost, because I shared with the participants a video every day with journaling prompts, and then they shared their insights with the other members of the group in the platform every day. It was amazing, and you can still do it. I want as many of you to benefit from what I've created. There was so many breakthroughs. So many people told me that this 5-day journaling journey helped them remember what matters most to them and decide what they want to focus on in the next few months. So what I want to do today is share with you the audio of the first 2 videos. So day 1 and day 2 of the Realign Before Fall journaling journey. And then if this hits a chord, if this resonates with you, then go to my Instagram, Self-Growth Nerds, and you'll be able to sign up at the link in my bio. And from there, you'll get access to the 3 other videos. So yeah, that's it for now. I'll give the mic to previous Marie and wish you a wonderful week. Hello, nerds! Welcome to the Realign Before Fall journaling journey. I am so happy that you're here with me this week and that you've decided to take a time to pause and ask yourself if the direction you're going in and the way that you are moving forward serves the person you most want to be and the life you most want to create. So this week, we're going to dive deep into your inner life and your outer life and look at what's working, what's not working, and set intentions for how you want to move forward this fall, okay? So every day, I'm going to post a video like this on Mighty Network where I teach a concept. With each concept will come a series of journaling prompts. Every journaling prompt is going to be written down underneath the video as well. And after you've watched the video, you can sit with your journal, reflect on that day's topic, and I want to give you the permission, I want to encourage you to be messy, okay? Let's throw perfectionism out the window and put your guts out on the paper. I want your handwriting to be ugly. Like, I want you to feel free to just write whatever comes out, however it wants to come out, okay? We don't care about the shape of your sentences. It can just be words. It can make no sense. No one's looking over your shoulder. This is not school. You're not going to be graded. This is just for you. So please make this space safe for you to express yourself however you want to. Okay? And after you've reflected in your journal, Come on the platform and share what has come up for you. So if you have any questions, if you need anything to be clarified, or if there are insights that you want to share with the group, go ahead and do so in the comment section underneath the video. What's going to make this week even more exciting is not only will you get to know yourself, but we will also get to know each other and be on this journey together. Okay? So let's dive into today's topic. I'm going to start by introducing you to the 3 P's that we're going to work with this week. So the 3 P's are, to me, the 3 essential elements to a balanced life. These are passion, presence, and pursuit. Today, I'm going to give you quick definitions for each of them, and then we're going to go deeper over the next few days. Start by dividing your page into 3 sections, because your journaling prompt today is to take an honest look at where you are right now in your life through the lens of those 3 P's. So divide your page into 3 sections and rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 for each P. Okay, so there's passion, presence, and pursuit. You're going to rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 and then write down what you notice about where you are right now in relationship to this aspect. Okay, so let's get started. The first P is passion. Now, passion is a lot deeper than just saying, I love my job. Passion is about living your life in a way that makes a meaningful contribution to the world. The etymology of passion, it comes from the Latin pati, which means to suffer. And I find that fascinating because to me, passion is when you care so much that it hurts. And that hurt is what gets you up in the morning and keeps you moving forward when times are tough, okay? Passion is not about what you do. It's about the energy that you bring to what you do. And I'm going to give you an example. One of the most passionate people I know works for a tire company, and they're not passionate about tires per se. They're passionate about the impact that they can make in their clients' lives and in their colleagues' lives. And they bring that back home, the impact that they can make in their children's lives and in the life of the stranger that they meet at the grocery store. Okay? It applies to all aspects of your life. The opposite of passion is indifference. It's meh. I just go to work. I'm just going through the motion. I do what I have to do, and that's it. The second P is presence. Now, most of us, I think, when we hear the word presence, we think about being in the moment, not being stuck in our head, thinking about the past or obsessing about the future and like what we have to do over the weekend. But I want to bring another dimension to the word presence this week. Presence is also about being available, being not only physically available, but also mentally and emotionally available to what is. That means having your heart open to whatever comes up to the surface. So for example, if you have feelings of jealousy that come up that you don't like about yourself, instead of pushing them down and denying that reality, you are present to all parts of you. You welcome all parts of you and all parts of the other people around you. So let's say your partner shows you a part of them that you don't really like or that doesn't fit the story that you had made up about them, then being present means being open to all of them, not just the parts that you like. Okay, so presence is being physically, mentally, and emotionally available to the full breadth of the human experience that's unfolding in you and around you, and not being resistance or in denial of what feels uncomfortable. The third P is pursuit. Pursuit is not about chasing something. It's not about the thing or the destination. It's about choosing a direction so that you know every day what's the next best step forward. It brings a certain kind of constraint to your life that allows you to find your focus and get further. Further than the person who sees their life as like a random series of disconnected days in which they can go 2 steps that way, 3 steps that way, and never really get anywhere. It's the difference between sitting in a tube on a river and just letting yourself float versus seeing the river from above. You see your life with a big picture perspective as a journey that you are the leader of. Instead of being in your life, you are also in your life, but you can see where you want to go, where you're headed, and take action in that direction instead of take scattered action that never really lead you anywhere. Okay, now it's time for me to stop talking and for you to start writing. As a summary, we have passion, presence, and pursuit. Reflect on what each of them looks like right now in your life. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye! Hello, nerds! Welcome to day 2 of this journaling journey. Today, we are talking about passion. I want you to imagine your heart as a sun. And the more of your values are activated in your daily life, the bigger the sun becomes and the more brightly it shines. Your values are what lights you up, what allows you to be your best self, what allows you to tap into your natural gifts and therefore make a meaningful contribution to the world. And when I talk about the world, I'm not talking about the planet. I'm talking about making an impact on your world, which in turn has a ripple effect on a larger scale, okay? I'm gonna give you an example so that you understand exactly what I'm talking about. My 5 core values, I want you to imagine them as like buttons. And the sun lights up when I press all the buttons. So the first one is creativity, then we have connection, freedom, adventure, and growth. Imagine like the Care Bears, you know, they have like a logo on their belly. So it's the same thing, but each of my 5 values would be buttons with a different logo. Let's start with creativity. I have a lot of creativity going on in my life because I create content for my podcast every week. I create content for my clients in my coaching program, Brave and Bold. I create content for Instagram and for you this week in the journaling journey. So I'm always tapping this button, turning on that light, okay? Then we have connection. Connection is always tapped into as well because every day I talk with my clients and I also spend a lot of time with loved ones in my free time and on the weekends. So I'm always tapping this button as well. Okay, and let's say the more you tap a button, the brighter it shines. The more opportunities you have to tap the button, the brighter it shines. Then we have freedom. Well, I get to work whenever and wherever I want. This morning, I was in a coffee shop. Last week, as I was at my parents', I get to decide what time I start, what time I finish. So I have a lot of freedom. Again, always tapping that button. Then I have adventure. Well, I get to go kayaking on the canal at lunch and I get to take frequent trips. So recently went to Central America. In September, I'm going to North Carolina, and in November, I'm going to Phoenix. And the ability to go on adventures like this lights me up. Now, everyone's different, right? I'm sharing my values as an example. The last one is growth. So I make sure there is a lot of time every day for me to read because I love reading on whatever is interesting to me right now. I'm also very often doing a course and because I love to learn, and growing my business, helping my clients grow as well. So again, this button is constantly being tapped. I feel like I'm creating a dance. Okay, now I want to compare this to 5 years ago when I was a graphic designer in a creative studio here in Montreal. Let's start with creativity. So creativity, I was doing a creative job, but I was very much limited to what my boss and his clients wanted. And very often I had to, create what I was making to please them. So this button was not shining very bright. Next, connection. Again, I could spend time with my loved ones, but when it came to work, I was in front of a screen doing graphics alone, or if I was not alone, I was making small talk with my colleagues, which didn't light me up very much. Then in terms of freedom, well, that button was rarely touched because it was 5 days a week, 9 to 5, and 2 weeks paid time off. So pretty limited there. In terms of adventure, I got to tap my button when I went climbing on the weekends, but my ability to travel was limited to those 2 weeks of PTI. Lastly, we had growth. I made it a priority to do self-growth work because I've always been passionate about self-growth, but I did not see myself growing within that industry, so there I felt kind of stuck. So this gives you an idea of how my sun was, the surface of my light was much smaller. I was not shining as bright. So the result was less energy. The less light, the less energy. I was just trying to, moving forward was kind of an effort. I was looking forward to the weekend where I knew that I could light myself up on the weekend. This is what we are describing when we say things like there is something missing. I feel empty. There is a gap in me. That's what's happening. We're missing life energy. We're missing this light that we know that we could tap into. Now, what we do is we try to fill the gap and compensate in easy but destructive ways. We reach for what's easily available, like overeating, over drinking, anything that starts with overworking, overthinking, over worrying, over planning, over scrolling our phone, over Netflixing, over consuming. And over consuming can look like listening to a lot of podcasts and buying lots of books. Now, what we want to do instead is less of a quick fix. What we want to do instead is figure out what our values are deep down and get to work crafting a life in which all of them are tapped into daily. Okay, we want to be dancing like this as much as possible. Now, this is a long process that I guide my clients through in Brave and Bold, but for now, what I want you to focus on is gaining awareness. And in order to gain awareness, I have 5 questions for you. Today's journaling prompts. Question number 1. What currently lights you up in your life? Question number 2. What leaves you indifferent or what drains your energy or your light? Question number 3. How much of your week is spent on what lights you up, what makes you indifferent, and what drains your energy? If you're visual like me here, you can draw a circle and make a pie chart to get a visual idea of how your time is divided in your week. What lights you up, what makes you feel indifferent, and what drains you. Question number 4 is, what does your heart long for that's missing? What would make your sun grow bigger and shine brighter? And last question, how do you currently fill the void? Okay, the questions are going to be written down underneath. That's it for today. If you have anything you want me to clarify, please ask me in the comments below. And as always, share your insights with us. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about the second P, which is presence. Bye-bye. You just listened to the Self-Growth Nerds podcast. Make sure to subscribe and to find me on Instagram at Self-Growth Nerds. If you want individual help developing the confidence to create a more meaningful and exciting life, visit selfgrowthnerds.com today to learn how. Finally, I want to thank my friend Etienne Galano for editing this, and I want to thank you, kind-hearted souls, for growing into your truest, most courageous selves every day and making this world a better, more beautiful place. My name is Marie, and I will talk to you next week.